Paris Saint-Germain played Olympique Marseille in the Trophée de Champion, which is basically the Community Shield, if you really want to go there.
Super Cup.
The French Super Cup.
Yeah.
Super
Cup.
Anyway, the big news is Pochettino won his first trophy, not just for Paris Saint-Germain, but the first trophy ever as a manager. Yeah. But Andre Villas-Boas says the best team lost. So to help us sort this out, let's go. We're joined by Frank Leboeuf. Let's see what he thinks. Frank, is AVB right?
It's not, of course not. I think it's only fair to say that Paris Saint-Germain deserved to win that game, even if it wasn't the biggest game and the best game that I ever seen. And I was watching Tottenham against Fulham at the same time, and I was watching Marseille and Paris Saint-Germain Marseille. And I think I thought one TV was wrong. One was too slow, or one was too fast, but it wasn't the same level of football, And that's maybe the difference between the English football and the French football. But no, of course not. Paris Saint-Germain, I think, deserved to play, even if I don't recognize Paris Saint-Germain from the years in the past. I think it's not the same Paris Saint-Germain. This way, maybe it's more difficult for them to win against any Ligue 1 team this season, even if they mainly do. But I think they drop in terms of qualities. And maybe the players have to realize that they have to work better than that if they want to be like they used to be and maybe a contender for the Champions League. But that game they won, and AVB is wrong, because I think Paris Saint-Germain could have won like maybe 4-1 or 5-1 this game.
Right. Well, we'll get back to that point, because I think it's a really good one about Paris Saint-Germain's level versus recent years, perhaps later in our podcast only segment. But Jules, I'm assuming you agree with Frank that AVB is wrong. You're going to disrespect AVB?
No, but you know what's disappointing is that this is silly. What he said was silly. However, this is the best Marseille performance we've seen against PSG since AVB took over. That was his third game against PSG. Even in the win in September, they didn't play as well as they did last night. And then his first game, they got battered 4-0. He got it completely wrong. But so why would you come up with something that silly when you could actually say, you know what, we were close. We were not that far, and we actually played well. They deserve to win, and they're still better than us. But we're getting there. Like, that's what Thauvin said. And Thauvin had a really good game, and that's what Thauvin said. But don't come out and say something stupid like this.
All right, let's turn it back to the star power here, the glitter here. Neymar starting on the bench. I don't know if it was I'm sure it was because he was holidays and his 5-day party.
He's been injured. He had a month
injured
off,
and whatever.
injury.
Yeah. But anyway, he comes on, and I think there was some trepidation here, because the last time he played Marseille, it obviously ended in investigations and fisticuffs with his nemesis, Alvaro. Frank, I thought Neymar was disciplined and good, at least during the game. Afterwards, he did some trolling. But what did you think of Neymar?
It was a good comeback. He did what he had to do. We knew that he will go and provoke Alvaro, and he did very well. And Alvaro getting to the trick, making fouls, getting a yellow card, maybe deserved a red one on the free kick that Neymar got very close to the 16-yard box. Nothing to say about Neymar. He likes to provoke, and he's maybe where he's the best. When he doesn't get injured, when he scored the goal, we know that he was mocking Alvaro, but he did what he had to do, and we are pleased, when he played that way, when he goes and tries to take on the players, when he tries to score goals. So nothing much to say about him. I think it was good for him to stay on the bench and start maybe just for 15 minutes. To just get back into the game and get his fitness back.
I love Jules talking to Frank about this, because, as we've mentioned before, but just to remind people, Frank is obviously a World Cup winning defender, so he's going to view Neymar from the perspective of a defender. Yeah. In other words, a guy who likes to provoke defenders.
If you provoke me, I'll... Yeah.
But equally, not many people know this, that Frank was a number 10 early in his career, and if it wasn't for a certain David Ginola at his club, he might have never played in central defense. Exactly. So he can see both sides. Quickly to wrap this, your take on Neymar's comeback?
I thought the most interesting was that he obviously missed the first 2 games of Pochettino, and we were not sure where he would play on the pitch. And he played on the left-hand side. Verratti stayed as a number 10 centrally, which is his new position with Pochettino. And I thought that was interesting. He looked fit. He was really good when he came on, scored that goal. The trolling was always going to come. And guess what? Him and Alvaro meet again. February the 7th, because that's the return game in the return fixture in the league, this time at the Velodrome. So that would be interesting.
Mark your calendars.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.